are listed at page 66. You've got no challenge with that, correct?
Are you saying I've got no challenge?
Yes, you don't have a difficulty with that?
No, I was reading them. It says guard duties. Guard means that you are doing static, not any other. It says area, type, all of them. I was looking at this contract now. I'm reading all of them, the responsibility. It says guard duties, guard duties, guard duties. Can you go to page 84?
Why are you highlighting that as a matter of interest?
No, you said Chief of Police said they're doing other responsibilities.
I said Chief of Police said 10 following a public tender.
Yes.
10 service providers were awarded contracts.
Yes.
2, render security services for all of the City of Ekurhuleni facilities and other associated security needs from the date of award being the 12th of August 2020 until 30th June 2023. Why are you telling me about guard duties?
I'm saying it's not true, madam.
So what I'm reading in that letter of award is not true?
I'm saying I've been in this metro, all these companies are
I'm
doing...
reading the letter of award.
Okay, you can
Is
read
the letter
them.
of award not true? You can say that if that's how you think.
All of them, all the security companies are doing guard duties. And in terms of other responsibilities, in terms of your cable theft, infrastructure...
It's late in the day. We are both tired, Commissioner Mkhwanazi. Let's be fair to one another and to ourselves, right? So let's cut through this. You are addressing a question I never posed, and I don't understand why. Perhaps let's start here. Please turn to page 67. That's an award letter issued by the City of Ekurhuleni. It's dated the 12th of August 2020. It's got all formalities, our reference, inquiries, telephone number. You see that at the top left corner?
Yes.
Okay. Under the salutation, sir, it reads, Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, the award of bid for contract AEMPD 03/2020, the appointment of service providers on an as and when required basis for the rendering of security services for all of the City of Ekurhuleni facilities and other associated security needs from date of award, 12 August 2020, until 30th June 2020. Now you are saying that is wrong.
No, you may continue. I will comment after.
No, comment now. I invite you now to comment.
Yes.
You say that part is wrong, what I've just read for you.
No, I'm saying I've been in the seat. When they're appointed, for example, your contract says 50.
I apologize, I interject. I have an official City of Ekurhuleni document that tells me about a specific tender, and that defines the scope of the tender for me. And now I must leave what Ekurhuleni City tells me, and I must come listen to you based on the years you have been in Ekurhuleni. Why are we having this conversation?
Please listen to me and
relax. No, I'm tired.
I'm talking to what you are reading.
Please address yourself to what is written.
Yes, I'm talking to what you are reading.
Ms. Sello,
hey, Commissioner,
please don't speak when the Commissioner is speaking.
I do apologize.
You know we'll have transcription problems.
I do apologize. I apologize. I apologize, Mr. Mkhwanazi. May I try again to explain myself?
Can I read B, just to summarize?
What's B?
You'll understand me. In the page 67, eh?
Say that again?
It's page 67 that
yes,
you are
I'm
reading.
67.
Yes. The bid number 113, Calvin and Family Security, 226 Nokachi Street, Sprayview, telephone number, yes, and a cell phone number. Scoring the highest points, pushing contract, I don't want to talk about, but appointment on and when required for rendering security for Brakpan. You see, the contract says for Brakpan. You can't take them and utilize because it's not part of the contract for other work at Jamestown or for other work at Captain Park. That means they've changed the contract.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying today, I've been in this contract. When they're saying 20, for these duties in this area, they stick to that. And you can't come, as operational, they don't work with us. They work with those of security and not control, another division. That is not part of officers and EMPD. It's only security guards, and which are part of that. Then we don't utilize, we can't utilize them for any other duties. It has happened. I wanted to make you even an example that.
Commissioner Mkhwanazi, I beg to interject. You are answering a question I have never posed. I referred you to this letter, and I'm still to pose my question.
Okay.
And you are explaining, I don't know what it is you're explaining.
Humble apologies.
You do not disagree, you do not take issue with the suggestion that in 2020, a public tender was issued for the provision of the services as described. You don't take issue with that, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. You do not take issue.
These are two contractors.
You don't take issue with the fact that JM13 lists the 10 successful entities in that tender bid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I take it that once awarded, as you correctly point out, is for specific facilities and based on the decision of Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
Earlier, when Commissioner Baloyi asked you about the two security companies, Cat VIP Security and Kyalami Security Services, and the risk of exposing a person such as the mayor of Ekurhuleni to persons that have not been vetted by Ekurhuleni, and in circumstances, therefore, where you cannot guarantee that you're not exposing the mayor to risk, you said both were not vetted. You recall that?
I didn't use vetted.
Yeah,
There's this terminology. Vetting is too deep.
Okay,
yes.
Perhaps I wrong word. What you used a word to say when she posed a question to you, but you didn't satisfy yourself whether the people in Cat VIP were appropriate people to expose to the person of the mayor. And then you said neither was the other entity, which is Kyalami Security Services.
I'm listening to you, Commissioner.
Yes. That's what you stated, correct?
Yes.
And I'm summarizing. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Now, you ask to accept what you say. We must accept that the companies listed at page 66, of which Kyalami Security Services is one, are not vetted, or I won't say vetted, are not checked, or EMPD does not satisfy itself that they do not pose a risk both to the facilities and the people of the city of Ekurhuleni Council and perhaps people living in the surrounds. Do you want us to accept that? That you select these 10 companies following a public tender, you allocate facilities to them, and EMPD or the city of Ekurhuleni does not check that they are the appropriate people, they satisfy all the requirements insofar as they could potentially pose a danger to others. You don't undertake such an exercise.
You want me to respond?
Yes, please. I would appreciate it.
Understand me from the perspective where I was coming from. We're talking about VIP protection and the escort of the mayor. Then that's when the question came that, do you trust those people? What if one of them was a criminal or they're linked to criminal activities?
Indeed.
That's why I started to respond with, no, those ones, I was not saying, I didn't say no, Commissioner, sorry. I've said those ones, we know they are coming from SAPs, they are highly trained in skills, I've been saying that. And in terms of those responsibilities to add, you can't take a security guard that is trained to do guarding here and deploy him to do other responsibilities. I'm not saying in terms of the area. Let's put the area. Like I'm trained as a security to do static, and I won't take you to utilize you to go into other duties. Like when there's crowd management, there's everything. What if somebody creates? It's the same question that she was asking. What if somebody panics, a security guard hit a person or use a life round to kill? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm raising again here in terms of that security. Again, the other argument that I'm saying, it's those ones that, in terms of contracts, they are located in different sites, you see. And they are working with other divisions, not with us as police, not with us operational. Even if they are there, they just take instruction from a division that is called security and loss control, not from police. You see, it's two different. The chief of police is correct that these companies are appointed by the city. It's true. But appointed the city to do which responsibilities to the city? I've said to you, the commissioner asked me that he was talking about crowd management. I've said I like it, you see. When it's crowd management, you see, we take people that are trained and we want SAPS POPs unit to work with EMPD for those responsibilities. You can't take because you've got contracts, you've got 3,000 private security that I then say I'm going to take 50 to assist because they're contracted. But they are contracted for a different job and they are trained for different responsibilities. I think I've tried. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. So, Kayalami Security Services CC, that is listed at page 60. 66, apologies, 66. I must accept that Ekurhuleni has never satisfied itself that they do not pose a danger to the city of Ekurhuleni. So they haven't gone through an assessment process. I must accept that.
No, my perspective, it was not saying they're a danger. I was saying in terms of the other duties.
I've asked you a specific question. Do I understand you correctly or am I misunderstanding you?
Yeah, you're misunderstanding.
Okay. Now, give me a correct understanding of the status of the entities on page 66. Once awarded the contract for these purposes, that Ekurhuleni satisfies itself that these service providers themselves do not pose a risk to Ekurhuleni. Would that be a fair assumption on my part, or is it being unfair on Ekurhuleni that they would undertake such an assessment?
Yes, I agree. They don't pose any risk. We never had an incident where they killed or shoot at a municipal what, but they are good in what they are training for, and they are good in what they are doing, and in the contract that they've signed.
Did you satisfy yourself when you are looking for the services for the State of the City address on the 30th of April 2022, that none of these could provide those services? None of these entities appointed could provide those services as additional services?
You shouted at me when I was saying, yeah, it's saying guard duties. It doesn't say VIP. You didn't want to listen to me when I was saying that.
I asked you whether, did you satisfy yourself when you went in search for VIP services?
The contract is talking to that.
Did you satisfy yourself when you went searching for VIP services that none of these 10 listed here have got that capability to provide to Ekurhuleni? Not that it's part of the tender, it's not.
Yeah.
But that they don't have capability to provide the VIP services. Did you satisfy yourself?
That's why I've said to you, I've been working for the city for more than 20 years. They've never been part of other services. There are services that are doing their good at, is those that are contracted, they stick to that. Any other responsibility, once you move them to, for example, sometimes we're having challenges of the shortage of the guards. You see, we'll request security and there are break-ins, and you find that they deploy two men. When our investigators officers come in and said, no, you can't deploy two men. They said, no, in terms of the contract, it's two people. Once you move them and add other people, it's the cost to the municipality. They charge the municipality because we have moved from the contract. You see, and as I've said that we went in there because it was at no cost to the municipality. These people are contracted. Once you move one from this side to another side, you see, you must know that you've affected the deployment of that side because the contract says that it must be 4 people there, you see. Or else if they bring people from outside, they charge the cost and everything, you see. And it's a different contract signed with the city, you see, not with specialized in operations, you see. And any movement, it's the cost to the city. That's one of the challenges, that you can't even move them unless it is them and the company that is playing in terms of shortage. If certain individuals, no, but it's the other division. I only get that through SA or when I ask that, hey, I'm opposed to saying, humble apologies to say, but they're saying, all officers responded, there was a break-in, there was a complaint, and they're saying there was one security set of 2.
Commissioner, please try to shorten your response.
I've done that. I'm doing rhetoric. Humble apologies. Yes, it's just a rhetoric now.
Is it fair then to interpret your answer as follows, that you satisfied yourself that none of these entities could provide the services required on the day, VIP securities? You, Commissioner Mkhwanazi, personally satisfied yourself that they lack the capability. Is that a fair understanding of your long response?
No, it's not fair because I didn't even go to them because I know in terms of the contract they do what they do.
Also, you didn't verify, but you knew that they are incapable of providing those services. Already you knew. That's what you say.
No, in terms of the contract, they are contracted to do what they do. No, it's not about capabilities. In terms of the contract with the city, capabilities is another thing.
But I wasn't expecting them to provide in terms of the contract because I understand the contract. Why do you keep saying in terms of the contract as if that's what I suggested?
But we are talking about that.
I'm talking about.
We are referring to a
entities.
contract that the chief referred to.
And
we are linking it with.
I'm referring to the entities listed there. They provide services, security services, not referring to the contract.
What security services?
Then you are saying that their ability is restricted to what is reflected in their letter of award.
Yes.
So they know nothing else. Calvin and family are incapable of providing VIP security.
I didn't say that. It's you saying that to me. I didn't say that.
Okay.
You are putting words in my mouth and you are putting them